Good afternoon, everyone. This is Greg James tapping in for another video. It's a very interesting video that I saw the other day, and I'm going to actually tap into this again. And it's talking about good guys. Once again, I'm going to keep on talking about this as long as I can. But it was actually a gentleman, and I saw it on social media, and he was basically, talking about, as far as, good guys and how they were really frowned upon, when back in the days in school, how, some of us good guys like ourselves, man, and he's basically saying that, they may have started off a little slower as far as the good guys. They weren't, playing the sports. They weren't getting the shine. They weren't getting the women, having sex and things like that. All the things that, all the cool kids, get back in the day, the things that you really care about. But he was in a situation where he actually went to jail for a little while. A bad guy. He admitted to doing that. Being that when he was younger. But when he got out, he was seeing the good guys, man. And he was just like, hey, these are the guys in demand right now. A lot of them went off to school. They learned a trade. They got their education, and they're out, doing great things in life, in society. They have families, wives, children, all of those good things. And he's basically saying he had nothing to show for it. He was so busy, running in the streets and, chasing a certain lifestyle and the women or whatnot. And he really missed out on a lot of things. And he's just basically saying, that as far as, the good guys, man, they're the ones that need to be celebrated. Look at them, what I'm saying? They, like I said, they didn't get all those things when they were younger, but in life, they accomplished a lot in life after high school. And I've always said, especially to the young ones out there, if anybody youngs that's watching this video right now, just there's more to life than, just, 12 years in school, from kindergarten, from first grade on to 12th grade. Life really begins after high school, when you get into college and, you get your degree or whatever it is you decide to do. If you start off working or own a business or whatever it is, that's where life begins. What I'm saying? Don't pay attention to, I know it's tough, back, when you're young, you're chasing women, you're chasing, the fame and the popularity and all those other things. But what really matters is, making something of yourself later on in life. What I'm saying? This can go to the older gentlemen out there as well. The ones that, may be a good guy and you feel like you're not being celebrated or, no one wants you. Continue to do things the right way. And I promise you, man, people say that good guys finish last. No, they finish right. They finish the right way. And I guarantee you, man, it's more to life than, just, money and clothes and all these other things, getting all these women. Because one day you're going to find out that all that stuff doesn't matter. Here's this brother that got all of those things, the money, the girls, and all of those things. He has nothing to show for it. So what does that tell you? So, y'all tell me in the comments what y'all think. This is an ongoing conversation. Some people say good guys finish last. Good guys, this, that, and the third. Tell me what y'all think. I look forward to seeing those comments. I'll talk to y'all again very soon. God bless.